Let's explore some of the useful information we can share with the supplier. Of course, we can share purchase orders. We can share any field we wish or hide any field we wish. This is the listing screen. Let's go to the details screen. We can see a historical record of what was changed on the purchase order. We can see documents that have been attached. We can attach additional documents. We can add notes to the purchase order. Of course, we can see all the header information, and we can also see the line item information as well. This can also be edited. In addition to purchase order headers, we can also see purchase order line items in a grid view as well. It can be useful to present purchase order line items in a grid for multiple POs, because then we can show things like the promise date, the quantity remaining, things like that. We could do filters based on the promise date or the request date or the quantity remaining, or basically any field. Another useful piece of information is to show the vendor items that he's responsible for. We could say that these particular items right here, these are the items that the vendor is responsible for. Now, if we want, we can allow the vendor to see any field we want in the system, any field that's available in Macola, or we can choose to hide this information. We can also allow the vendor to go to a details page where we can show additional information. And we could even allow the vendor to edit this information if we choose. And we can control which fields the vendor can edit, such as the new contract pricing or the contract dates, or we can choose not to have the vendor modify any of these things. We can view item information from the item master. Now from the item details page, again, we can present the information however we wish, and we can control which fields are visible or not. At the bottom, we can see the different locations listed for the item. We can show item location information. This is the listing screen. Let's go to the details screen. We can show the supplier his addresses. Of course, here's the details page, and we can allow the vendor to edit the address if we choose. We can allow the vendor to see his contacts, and once again, we can allow those to be updated. And of course, we can supply a link to the vendor details screen. So from the details screen, we can share useful information with the vendor and actually make the screen into a vendor scorecard. We can show the average lead time. We can show the average days late. We can show the current balance. Anything in Macola is available here. Anything can be shown, anything can be hidden. We could even allow the vendor to edit some of this information.